What is going on? I'm Zedmot. Threw two videos out yesterday. If you didn't see them, do check the cards above. We've got code Zedmot sitting over here in our creator boost, and if not, it's because it expired. Every single Supercell game. Go throw that in right now. I'll wait for you right here. Anyways, I've moved on to the 6 engine room level. This is my tech tree for those of you who are new to the channel or aren't emotionally invested in my tech tree. The only deviation is for mines. Otherwise, it is just a straight laser beam shot. I guess a cryo tank shot. Did not go get those. Don't recommend those to anyone. Level 1 flares. Probably will be upgrading those soon. Otherwise, just straight along the path, no fun stuff, no rocket choppas. By the way, my other account, I unlocked rocket choppas with cryo bombs, and you can even throw critters in the mix. I'm in mid 19 on that account, so definitely something that is possible. It's so frustrating though, so fun. Anyways, we have moved on down to here, hoping to get into probably building health next, moving along to seekers. Maybe going back for shock mines. I really don't know at this point because this season is a little bit longer and these chests are annoyingly bare. It's going to take a couple days. We're going to have some time to plan. I likely will have enough keys for building health, but I'm probably going to hold off. Now, this finding opponent thing is going to spin for a long time because almost no one is in the 6 engine room level at this point. I think I've seen like 6 people. And obviously, in the next couple hours, that's going to change bit by bit as people get the keys to get here. But we're probably going to match with 5 engine room players. 3 engine rooms. So we're going to go, what is that, 6 versus 3? Full-on ridiculous mode, and that is part of the reason why you rush forward and get into more engine rooms, because it gives you the advantage over your opponents. So we are going to go something like this. We're going to drop some of those there. I'm going to drop this over there. We're going to drop, and you know what's happening. Anyways, we're going to get the cryo bomb. This is my favorite thing, just watching all of those carefully placed mines disappear. I'm a terrible person, I get it, but I just really like undoing all of the work that people put in. And so if you're sitting there with a 3 engine room base and you're watching, I can't believe I didn't know how many engine rooms I had just now. It says up in the top left corner. I always forget to look in the obvious spots. We're going to throw a shock out there. Should be able to walk through all of this stuff incredibly easily. Nothing's going to stop us. That person's mines, I'm sure they've tweaked and edited and changed their mines, and now they're watching a 6 engine room player just cruise through their base without any difficulty and just screaming at their keyboard. So if this is your base, apologies. Hopefully you're not engine room locked. If you are, the Admiral's Key, I don't know why Supercell hasn't pushed it more. The Admiral's Key is a fantastic tool that not enough people are using. The ability to get as many engine rooms as you want with a brand new account is pretty darn cool, as you see with Teen Wolf up there on the leaderboard most seasons. So do consider going towards that Admiral's Key. I know it's paid, a lot of you are free to play, but it's worth giving it a shot. We are going to see if they can take down all of the engine rooms. Like, this is a 3 engine room player coming in here, getting a pretty darn good time. I think we're going to start seeing rocket launchers a lot more because rocket choppas and cryo bombardiers, all very susceptible to rocket launchers. I kind of was tempted to spend all my keys and go get rocket launchers, just an absolute gamble, but 6 engine rooms seemed more suited towards my playstyle, all out offense, sometimes to my detriment. So there's lots and lots of metas going right now. Rocket choppas with critters and cryo bombs, probably the most fun, but I don't have enough keys on my other account to go and get critters right now. So tempted. If I can hit 20 on that account, I can go get them, but I'm very nervous about going and doing that. So we'll see what we're going to do in the next little bit. I'm going to drop a cryo bomb right there. I'm a little bit nervous about those mines. And then I haven't even scouted yet. Okay, they got 2 shock launchers at the back. Not super duper concerned about that, but I really do wish a lot more of my troops went over to that right-hand side. Decent split. Not ideal. What I like to do is when I get that sort of split is I like to flare a defense. That's going to get a bunch of my troops moving. See that? We managed to get one extra bombardier over on that right-hand side. Not the worst thing in the world. Should be able to cruise on through. That left-hand side is just full on autopilot. The right-hand side is a little bit more dangerous, little bit more work needs to be done to keep things going in the right direction. Speaking of keeping things going in the right direction, need to get rid of some of those mines. Those mines right there. Shock bomb going to be doing, a cryo bomb doing all the good things, getting all of our troops out in the right direction. And then the same sort of thing, as our troops start to go north, I like to flare a defense. That means they're not going to go attack stupid things. It means they're going to be somewhere reliable, not going running through. Otherwise, they're going to try and go attack that sniper tower or that shock launcher. And if they get pulled away from that left-hand side engine room, not the end of the world, because they're going to get back in there soon enough anyways. As soon as that flare expires, they just go back to where they were. Hitting that second wind button because it's going to hold Mr. Kavan, Dr. Kevin Kavan back a little bit, and then out come all of our heavies. It's going to be tight. You can see 6 engine rooms is so bare naked that we're going to have to rely on very, very quick wins, and with this sort of layout, we're not going to get all that many quick wins. Rocket Choppas probably need to be involved, or I need a little bit more speed. Like a 2-minute attack is not going to be enough. So 6 engine rooms, I gotta say, so far, don't recommend it. The fact that a 3 engine room player threw up a great time against us, just showing that it's not really something that's terribly, terribly viable. I've painted myself into a bit of a corner, and defense likely can't get me out of it. I know those building health and shock mines are on the horizon, but probably have to go back and get rocket choppas, maybe even critters. Going to have to do some soul searching. I am in dire, dire straits here. I am very likely going to be doing a lot of losing here. Going to really, really be relying on getting some lower engine room opponents and hopefully getting some 2s, 3s, and 4s, because 5s are going to absolutely wipe the floor with me. So shock mines almost definitely going to be required very, very, very soon, simply because people are going to start to get seekers on the 6 engine room level. This 6 engine room thing has been a terrible, terrible experiment. So, sorry. Brain shutting down. This whole recording live thing also not being fairly good at the moment. So those heavies clearing the mines. We've got a decent split happening right now. Anytime you want to change your split, just flare over on a building. Your troops will start moving in the right direction, and then as soon as that building's gone, they'll head back to where you want them. So we're going to throw a shock over here, and we're going to get some of our pink zombie crew rocking and rolling. Need some form of magic here. Chances of beating a 5 engine room base as a 6 without rocket choppas pretty darn slim at the moment, it seems like. So I am going to try to keep some of those bombardiers alive as they chuck across that gap. Terribly, terribly frustrating. Need to get a shock here, get some of those troops. You see that left-hand side engine room still up, not the end of the world. So now that is we're way too early. We're way too early. Kavan's gonna eat it. All of our bombardiers. You know what? Our bombardiers are gonna stay out of there. Not bad. Now look at this. These guys are gonna come back, getting some form of goodness, but this time is just awful. I really, really need to get back on my game here. I have not had a good 5 engine room attack without rocket choppas in a long, long time. Used to be able to do like 220 or so, but as you can see here, we're going to be a little bit slower than that. Might be able to squeak out a win though. Come on, get those flares out there. Just dropping as many flares as we can on that engine room, hoping to do some damage with that flare somehow, some way. It doesn't happen. Like I said yesterday, though, cryo bombs do damage. We're going to lose here in about 3, 2, 1 now. Not quick enough. Now, this base, by the way, was built by Cactus. He was the only player I saw on the leaderboard who had no mortars and was in 6 engine rooms. So shout out to Cactus. He likely has rocket choppas, I assume. One thing of note, you'll notice I've got 5 million upgrade tokens, just full on ridiculous numbers, but nothing to spend them on. So Rocket Choppa's tempting at this point. Also, that building health tempting. I'm going to have to make some tough 6 engine room decisions before I fall out of gold. One more hit. So in closing, what did we learn from this video? 6 engine rooms, massive mistake without rocket choppas. Also, I think it's just a massive mistake in general. Probably should have spent a bunch of my keys and gone back and gotten rocket launchers. Now I say that without ever seeing, I have not seen rocket launchers once this season, which is part of the reason why I feel like rocket launchers might make a difference. Giving you that change that no one has seen, unexpected, taking down rocket choppas and cryo bombardiers. So 6 engine rooms was my great hope. Thankfully, I have my second account, which is much higher than this one at this point, with those wonderful rocket choppas. If you're sitting there in 5 engine rooms and you're doing well, don't go to 6 quite yet. That is for darn sure. I'm not sure if I need shock launchers or rocket choppas. At this point, I have fully committed to offense, and my offense stinks. So going to be very, very interesting to see if this can be recovered. We are going to drop all of our troops over here. Need to speed things up. I'm going to have to find a way to save this season using offensive abilities. Likely getting that extra defensive building health is going to make a little bit of a difference. That's going to slow people down a teeny tiny bit, but it's just not going to be enough. Let's get the heck away from that flotsam. Going to get Kavan dumping out some extra troops, and then hoping, there we go, managed to get 2 bombardiers going to that left-hand side. Things are starting to look up a teeny tiny bit. Just need to get that left-hand side boom cannon shocked. Without that boom cannon, everything is going to fail. So that is my number 1 priority at the moment. Number 2, of course, getting this shock launcher shocked because a bunch of our bombardiers head off to that left-hand side, which can be very, very frustrating. But I think that we've managed to get all of our troops in sort of the right direction, getting that decent split, letting our heavies go in and amongst all of that stuff. It's going to be definitely a little bit risky, but it actually works out fairly well as long as you get things moving. So those left-hand side bombardiers actually doing fairly good work, just need to get them moving. So our attack this time has been fairly good, not amazing, not like we're still at like a 220 time, which is not going to be enough to beat most players. 6 engine rooms, there are just so many decks that people are dropping troops all different ways, left, right, and center. So don't go to 6 engine rooms. The fact that there are 3 ramps instead of 2, what I've seen people do, actually not 3 ramps, 2 big ramps, but people are dropping some troops here, and then a late drop up this right-hand side. So many ways to attack a 6. I think we managed to win. Nope, lost. Look at that win-loss record. Just not good. 6 engine rooms, stay the heck away. If you've been holding keys, waiting to see what the heck is ahead, well, spend some of those keys, or keep holding them if you're winning, I suppose. Anyways, this video not only interrupted by phone calls, but also just so many losses. I think I beat a 3 engine room base, but otherwise just awful. 6 engine rooms, stay the heck away. I will be back probably on Monday, hopefully with some good strategies for 6 engine rooms, possibly going back and getting rocket choppas. Like I said, this tech tree is completely reliant on offense, and I don't have an offensive weapon, so rocket choppa is probably the only way I can salvage this and manage to stay in gold at the moment. Otherwise, I shall talk to you soon. As always, throw creator code ZMOD in all Supercell games like it says in the bottom left-hand corner. Send me a comment. Make me laugh. Please save my mood because this is a nightmare. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZMOD. Peace.